What are some of the top options, the top natural things I can take to prevent myself from getting sick or to help once I'm already sick, whether it be with a cold or allergies or COVID or a bunch of other things? Well, current recommendations are different than they were last year in 2023. Now in 2024, we have two primary supplements in terms of things that will boost your immunity, taken in a prophylactic sense, and also may help to reduce the severity of a cold, maybe the duration, definitely reduce your risk for upper respiratory tract infections, for getting a cold. What do you think they are? Well, we all probably know the first one is vitamin C, right? Vitamin C. So how much vitamin C in a day? Second one's vitamin D3. Spoiler alert. So those are the top two. Vitamin C and vitamin D, right? Make sure, vitamin D3 is a form you find in animals, right? And most commonly in supplements. So vitamin C, a gram in a day is pretty safe. Now, you would like to split that over 3 dosages or so. Why? Because you're going to absorb no more than anywhere from 180 or 200 to 400 milligrams at once. 400 at the most. That's why we have 400 milligrams in Super U. But you're not going to really absorb much more than that in one bolus dose, right? So, you're probably better off splitting that 1,000 milligrams over, say, 3 dosages of the 333, right? So I would do that. If you have a packet, you could split it up, you'll absorb a little bit more. Otherwise, of a high dose, you will absorb a good amount. Some sources say like 90% of it, but it doesn't hurt to just split it up, right? So that's, kiwi fruit is one of the highest. Red bell pepper has a lot of vitamin C. Citrus fruits, right? Things like that. So you could eat those too. Berries. Vitamin D, best source of that's definitely the damn sun, that's for sure. But if you want to supplement with it, which a lot of us should because we don't quite get enough damn sun, because we're all inside all day, right? And we're, not living according to what evolution and biology says we should be living, how we should at least being in tune with nature and being outside and getting fresh air and sunlight as our ancestors did, even our recent ancestors, right? And so 50 to 100 micrograms should suffice, for vitamin D3 in a day, all right? Now remember, if you have dark skin or you're older, well, you're probably going to want to go more towards that 100 microgram, aka 4,000 IU dose. So again, anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 in a day combined with 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. This will help to reduce your risk of catching a cold, of upper respiratory illness, maybe influenza, and it might help to reduce the severity, should help to reduce the severity, especially vitamin C, of a cold, and might help to reduce the duration. So those are the top two. Okay, there are top options by the research in human trials showing benefit time and time again. Okay, and they're great for a lot of other things anyway, right? And so we have those. Third on our list is zinc, if you could guess. Zinc, try to give you. So zinc, how much do we want? Anywhere from 75 to 95 milligrams in lozenges, sucking on a lozenge throughout the day, anywhere from every 1.5 to 3 hours, sucking on a lozenge would be great. Now, taken within 24 hours of the onset of symptoms. Okay, now why do you want to suck on it? Well, if you have any issues in your throat, a sore throat, anything like that, the zinc can help, but only if you're really kind of coating your throat with it, right? Otherwise, you could take zinc as a prophylactic measure in a preventative sense, we should say, and that would be, probably closer to 20 milligrams of the RDA, right? And not an exact number on that really out there. I would recommend at least getting the RDA. The recommended dietary allowance for men is 11 milligrams in a day. It's 8 milligrams for women daily. So, you could eat a lot of seafood and shellfish, and meat and things of that nature and get a lot of zinc too, right? But might as well take it in a daily multivitamin. I think 20 milligrams a day is pretty safe. But if you're already sick, and especially if you have some sore throat, symptoms of that nature, then I would go for 75 to 95 milligrams in a day, splitting it up every, 1.5 to 3 hours, sucking on a lozenge. So what are some other things that might be good for immunity, and what are some things that we left out that people thought were well proven for boosting immune function, for helping us when we're already sick, and just the evidence isn't quite there, right? Well, some other things that are pretty solid, at least these are promising options, would be honey. would be spirulina, would be echinacea, would be vitamin E, and Nigella sativa. What is that? Black seed or black cumin. It's also, that's what it's called, Nigella sativa. So black cumin or black seed as well, right? So those are all the best things, really. I believe black cumin's actually better for allergies. It's the one better. But anyway, but those are pretty much, the top stuff. So what about elderberry? What about garlic? What about ginger? Well, these are actually unproven supplements. And this is why you have to be with the current research. Last year, they were saying garlic was a top option. Now garlic dropped to, so you know what? That to me is wild. And I'm going to do a lot more research as to exactly what happened this year that they dropped it so low. But just to get the gist of it all for this video and to help you guys know what you should be taking, I did what I thought was a necessary research. But really interesting, right? Now that doesn't mean garlic isn't good. Garlic is great. Right? It's great for your heart. It's great for blood flow. It's great for a lot of things. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory property. Garlic is great. You definitely have garlic. Have it on your food. But if you get sick, it might not be the first thing you want to take. It might not be the first thing you want to take to help prevent yourself from getting sick, right? You're looking at vitamin C and vitamin D and zinc. Those are our big three. Big two, C and D, all right? So, C, D, and Z. Can't forget that. C, D, Z, C, D, Z, C, D, Z. It's in your head now, so you're not going to get sick. That's what we got for you. If you have any questions about immunity, things geared more towards specific purposes and natural remedies for things, I would be happy to answer your questions. Or you could just reach out to me on Instagram, or give us a call here at When Wellness. That's where we're at right now. So it's good a patient didn't walk in while we were doing this, because we would have had to stop and treat the patient, of course. Lim Thoughts, what's up? Victoria, how you doing? How you doing? Devin Jake. What's up? Kayo. Brian L. Halan. Thank you guys for the support, man. I appreciate you. First skinny look. First skink. Verskin Kill Sierra. How you doing? First time seeing you on here. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day. Junior Genora Alvarez. Not my first time seeing you. Howdy, Howie. Kevin Joyce. Stephen Apple Blue. OG out here. D. Astrid. Master Dave. What's up, brother? How you doing? Good to see you on here. Lee Cooper. Crooks. Meg, what's happening? And Hinoam. First one of the day. Thank you for the support, my friend. I hope you have a great day. Now you know what's good for your immune system. They're good for you anyway, just in general, are those supplements and eating foods that are rich in those nutrients. So, bada bing, bada boom. As for now, that's all we got for you folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have a great one. Thanks a lot, and happy When Wellness. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Friday, too. End of the work week, baby. How you doing?